Welcome to Big Hoss's Tailgate.
And we're live. We're going to crack off a beer first.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. So I am with my very special guest. See, I'm very bad when I meet people. I do forget names.
Oh, that's normal.
So I will let you introduce yourself.
Tyrone Williams, comedian out of Philadelphia, and edutainer as well.
Yeah, that was what I thought was interesting. I met you. You came to the Rogue Barbecue, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were like, oh, yeah, like I travels to school and like entertains kids, I was like, that I need to talk to this person because I'm sure you have some cool stories.
It really is the best job in the world. It's just so much fun. So it's like I got into it because I just worked with kids all in Philadelphia from skateboarding and things like that. And after skating and teaching kids skating, we developed like a show where we was showing kids how we use physics to create skateboarding tricks. And then a company seen that show and they liked it. They bought the rights to it. So then that's how I got into going to schools and doing school shows. And now I'm with a new company now doing a new type of show. But it's still like educational.
Oh, that's dope. So, yeah, how long have you been doing that for?
I've been working with kids for like 15 years or so like that since I was 14. So it's a lot longer than that. Like, almost 20 years. Yeah. And I've been doing educational shows like assemblies for about 6 years.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds dope. I mean, how many schools? I mean, do you travel like very far, or like do you just stay local?
Well, when I was with one company, I was covering between Maine and South Carolina, and that schedule was like really rigorous. And I was doing a space themed show at that time, and I was doing a space themed show. I did like a magic show. One show I used to do was I used to actually play as Dr. Martin Luther King, so I would like step out of a time machine and basically say, talk about my life as Dr. King. That was pretty cool.
Oh, dope! I remember like when I was a kid, there was like it was like one of those like my parents would buy those like direct to DVD stuff movies, so I get those bad direct to DVDs kid movies. So they played this ad and it was My Friend Martin. It was like an educational thing. Do you ever hear that?
I remember something like that. I remember just the My Friend Martin, but I can't remember specifically what it was about.
Like I remember they went to visit like key points in his life, but they were time traveling.
Traveling, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like
and they had a bunch of celebrities like do the voices and stuff.
Yeah, and I remember because it was like they were trying to tell him at the end to like not go out on the balcony because they know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and
don't go out. The FBI is gonna kill you.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in so long, but I just remember when Dr. King was like, it has to be done. Like if it's not, then like the changes I made isn't gonna work or some shit like that. And then I just remember him walking out. As soon as he got shot, I fucking turned it off. I was like, man, fuck this, man. You're gonna just kill him off. Like you gotta do whatever you want. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, you could change the history. I want a Quentin Tarantino version. That's what he should do. Quentin Tarantino should do versions of alternate history.
I loved it. Yeah, that would be dope.
Like when he killed Hitler in Inglourious Bastards, I was like, that was not what I was expecting.
I was not expecting you to dump a whole mag into him like that. I'm like, dude, that movie, Christopher Walken. I forgot his last name.
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz, man. Like, that's an actor right there.
Oh my God. I mean
that scene when when he was with the French dude and he was like talking to him in French, then he switched to English and all that, and like just the way he did that scene, it was just way too intense. And I'm like, fuck, yo. I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, they downstairs yelling.
Oh my God, the scene.
I
remember the scene that we always used to laugh at in high school was when he goes, "Say a Wiedersehen to your Nazi balls," and then he would just mag dumps that his entire nuts.
Oh my God.
I was like, damn.
That movie was crazy.
Yeah, because you had early Magneto, or young Magneto in it, Michael Fassbender.
Yep.
Him. Mike Myers has a random cameo. Like, I think he's like a guy talking to Churchill.
Damn, I can't even remember. I don't even remember seeing him in it.
Yeah, because he has so much makeup on, you can't tell it's him.
Yeah, no, I didn't even notice that. That was like, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of like that one scene in do you ever see Band of Brothers?
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Fallon just pops the fuck up out of nowhere.
Dude, everyone pops up in that movie.
Yeah.
You're watching it. I was like, hey, look, Abraham's a huge like storyline in this. The guy from Walking Dead.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Tall Abe. Yeah. Redhead.
Dude, have you ever met like celebrities and you're like, oh, you're not as tall as I thought?
No, I haven't met any celebrities. I met the only celebrity I guess you could say was Rodney Mullen, which is like he's the godfather of skateboarding.
Oh,
that was
okay.
like the best moment of my life because I love Rodney Mullen. Like he's the whole reason why I became a skateboarder in the first place. So I met him out in Canada. But besides, you know who else I met? Vivica A. Fox.
That's a huge one.
Yeah,
That's
but
Independence Day.
Yeah, but it was like I didn't even get to talk to her. I was delivering food. I was working at a smokehouse and they ordered it there, and she was just there, and I was just sitting there staring at her like, you like ribs? And then she just went on. Yeah, just moved on. I was like, who's this weird kid staring at me?
You're like, oh, I loved you in Eraser.
Yeah, I loved you in Soul Food. Like that was one of my first Vivica, like I seen her. I was like, I love that movie Soul Food.
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, she is an Eraser. The Arnold Schwarzenegger movie with the rail guns.
Nope, never seen that.
Oh, it was like a TV, like one of those ones that you'd always see on like CBS.
Oh, really?
All the time, like on a Saturday night movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, this is an R-rated movie, but we can kind of cut this down for like TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, this is my first like Arnold movie I got to watch. It was like R.
I'm going to be honest. The only Arnold movie I seen was Terminator 2. I didn't even see the
That's a solid
first
one to see, though.
I didn't even see the first Terminator.
I also got to recommend Conan the Barbarian.
I only remember if that was on Disney.
Oh, no.
It's like a cartoon.
No, well, no, you're thinking Dave the Barbarian.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's what it is.
No, Conan the Barbarian. You got to watch that, Arnold.
Yeah?
Or
It's good?
the original Arnold one. The second one sucks.
Okay.
But the first Arnold one's like got James Earl Jones in it. Like he's like this evil sorcerer or whatever, and he's like the snake, worships the snake god, and just makes naked ladies walk off cliffs. It's a real.
Why?
I don't know, because it's like a barbarian shit. So people are always naked for some reason.
I mean, that's cool, but I mean, why are you making them walk off a cliff? You got a problem or something?
I think he was just flexing, just being like, "Look how much powerful I am." I mean, it's
God
James Earl
damn.
Jones. Like it's post Darth Vader, so he's like,
yeah, he's him.
Yeah.
He's him then.
I always loved when he showed up in movies.
Yeah, I love him in Coming to America. That was great.
I like how him and the woman that played the Queen are Mufasa and the Queen in Lion King.
Yeah.
I was like, someone's a Coming to America fan.
Yeah. And, Lion King, dude, that movie was one of my favorites coming up. And that was like, I honestly think that was the first time as a kid like I got like emotionally damaged by a movie. You know, that was like the first, like when Mufasa died, I was fucked up over that shit. Bitch ass Scar. I still don't fuck with him.
That year of like Disney movies was the best.
Yeah, it really
They
was.
can never top that.
No. I mean, I like some of their new stuff is pretty good, but I still to this day I still love Mulan, Tarzan, fucking
Dude, Tarzan. Listen, you can tear down a village if you play that Tarzan soundtrack. Phil Collins will hype.
I listen to that shit. Son of Man is still one of my favorite songs. When I first had my son, I used to play that shit, and I was like getting all emotional in the car. I'm like, I'm not getting emotional to fucking Tarzan. What is happening to me?
Dude, there's a guy like does Viking metal, and he did Son of Man, and it's just like Son of Man. It's like I'm like, let's go.
I gotta hear that. You gotta give me that one.
I'm like, put this in Thor, and I will fucking lose my shit. Oh my god. Yeah, I like that one. I've heard. You ever hear Usher? He'll do "You'll Be in My Heart."
Yeah, I heard that one.
That one's
it's okay, but it doesn't hit like Phil Collins.
Yeah, that's true. Because Phil Collins just like he went off.
He did. That was his best. One of his best. I know it's not an album, but damn it should have been. Like, it was the best soundtrack. One of the best music soundtracks I ever heard.
Yeah, even when he even did I think NSYNC's on that album. Because they do Trash in the Camp. It's when the gorillas come in, they trash the camp and everything.
Oh,
they're like,
shit. That's insane.
I think it's either them or Backstreet Boys. It's one of the pop bands that came in And they did it. Yeah.
Damn, that sounds more like some NSYNC shit rather than Backstreet Boys.
And I'll tell you what, they were basically R&B groups. Whether anybody wants to say it, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
there's some R&B when they do the slow
or
stuff.
Pop, or I still put them in pop or whatever like that. Pop artists, or even they are R&B. You know who I had a hard time like describing what genre Ed Sheeran is in, because I'm like, what the fuck is he?
Because he's like folk, pop,
R&B. Like he sings some soulful shit, like Dive, like. That song is fire, and I just heard it for the first time like this week.
Oh, dude, you gotta hear when Luke Combs does it.
I heard his version too.
His version when he's at bass, it's like ooh.
Yeah.
Another guy like I'm a big country guy, obviously. Like that and a bunch of nerd shit.
Nah, I love nerd shit. I'm an anime guy myself.
That's fair.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
I got into some anime. I'll tell you what, you gotta find. I feel like if you want to get into anime, you gotta find the one anime that like. If there's an anime version of something you like.
Yeah.
Like, I like Terminator. Watch the Terminator anime.
Oh.
It rips. Like, it's one of those, it explains every movie that, like, all the movies are canon.
Oh, shit, really?
Because they're not actually jumping, like, you're not actually traveling through time. You're just going to another alternate reality.
Oh, okay. And now you're actually seeing how everything progressed the way that it did.
Right. So, like, the first Terminator movie just happens. That they didn't change nothing. Once you travel back in time, nothing changed. You're still fighting,
Right. Damn.
It explains that, and it's like it makes all the movies canon. Like you could watch any of them and be like, oh yeah, this is a timeline where this happened.
You know what else? Because Netflix have been dropping animes recently, and they dropped a Tomb Raider one, which I thought was cool. Ooh. But they also dropped Devil May Cry.
I never got into those.
I never played the game. I played like a demo version of it. It was like, do you remember back when Pizza Hut used to? This may be some suburban shit, but back they used to have demo games when you go to Pizza Hut, and they would have like a bunch of different games on that one disc, and you can, for free. And I think one of those discs had Devil May Cry on it for me one time, and it was just like you just spun around. But I was like, damn, this dude is fucking whipping these demons ass right now, and that's all I remember from it. Netflix though, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, like they're basically like the games were basically like that and God of War were the same.
Yeah,
like they were kind of the same deal, But
fight puzzle.
Yeah, I don't think they're waiting for their like God of War moment because God of War just went on another level.
I played both of them. I love God of War. Love it. I finished Valhalla. I did all of that shit. Ragnarok, everything. And I'm playing through it. I played through it twice, but now I'm back on Hogwarts Legacy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's my shit.
I sometimes will just get sucked into Cyberpunk.
Never played Cyberpunk.
So like, you play it now compared to when it first came out. When it first came out, I was so mad. Like I had it for PS4 on Gen 1. Mm-hmm. It was my PlayStation. You could hear the fan kicking up. It sounded like a tornado getting ready to take off.
Jet and all that shit. Yep.
And the game kept crashing. I was like, I'm pissed. So I got my refund because they were refunding everybody if the game wasn't working for them.
I heard about that. I remember when it was just way too much.
Yeah.
For that system. So what, they did a PS5 version now?
Yeah, so now there's a PS5 and an Xbox version. The game now is completely different. Like the combat's better. They've added things in there that was supposed to be day one. Like they stayed through it. They didn't just abandon it and work on something else. They no, we promised it was going to be better. It's better. A lot of people are expecting like it's going to be GTA. It's really not. It's more like Oblivion and Skyrim.
Oh, okay. Like open world RPG type of deal.
Right, but the story is going to be the story.
It's still like a linear story.
Yeah, you can make choices and like side quests and how you get to the end.
Okay.
But the end's going to be the same.
Yeah. So that's normal. I like that. What did I do? I just finished the new Star Wars.
The Jedi Survivor?
Jedi Survivor, yeah. The first one was
Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, yeah. Fallen Order and then Survivor. Did you finish Survivor? Did you see the ending? How you feel about that?
I was disappointed.
I was too. Like, first of all, I'm glad you got with Shorty. Like, I was rooting.
I was rooting for that.
Because I was sitting there like, when they first met up, I'm like, what's happening here? Like,
I was like, yep.
I'm like, something's going on. Then it happened. I was just like, go ahead, man. He's been through enough. You know, he deserves
My
it.
boy likes goth chicks. I can't complain. I can't knock him. Who doesn't?
And when the only other thing that's flirting with you is like a tentacle octopus lady, you be like, you know what, Miriam is looking pretty damn good right now.
Oh yeah, I was like, you can put that witchy shit on me. Let's go. I don't care.
Yeah, those creatures. I love Star Wars.
I hate fucking giant spiders though.
Candy
You know what I'm
spiders,
talking about? When you had to go to the Wookiee planet and
Yeah.
them giant spiders would come down, I would shit every time. I
Yeah.
was mad.
Those, you know, I hate those spiders, but I hate Hogwarts Legacy spiders even more. Those little motherfuckers are a problem.
Listen, I don't fuck with any giant animal in a game.
Yeah, I'm not a
Like,
big fan.
Like my one buddy was like, "Oh, dude, I played Grounded." He's like, "When they had the wolf spiders come," I'm like, "No,
Wolf
not happening."
spiders?
Yeah, they're like the worst spider that you can encounter in the game. And I was like, "You guys, you just hear them at first, then all of a sudden they're like," I'm like, "I don't mess with that."
No, I would have hit that home screen button so fucking fast. Hell no. See, I can't do those type of things.
Indiana
I'm bad
Jones?
with scary games. Like I don't play scary games. I played
I wanted to play the new Indiana Jones, and I was getting scared. And I was
Yeah,
like, as soon as I
dude.
went down a dark corridor, I'm like, "This is when something jumps out."
when I was going through the forest in Hogwarts Legacy, like I was low key bitching, and then I couldn't use my broom. I was really scared. I'm like, I had my Vada Kedavra charged and ready. The first thing that popped up was getting that shit. Like, I was handing them out, and they give you like that moral choice in the game too. They're like, they convince you like, yes, this is powerful. Yes, you can use it, but you shouldn't use it. Like you're supposed to say no and don't use it. Fuck that shit. I was settling all my problems with green, dog. I'm sending them bitches anytime. That's how I started the fight. Just to let you know.
Just throw out the hardest
We're setting
hit.
the tone right here. Like, this is where this is going. So if you're not willing to take it here, just back on up.
Yep.
Because I'm hitting you with a Crucio and a Bombarda next. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good.
Oh my god, yeah. Like I totally get it. Like if I'm going into a game and I know something scary, shotgun's coming out.
Yeah.
Shotguns like that or the LMG.
I need something loud to like that. That helps me feel better.
Yeah,
You know,
that's how Helldivers is because you're fighting these like it's a lot of like Starship Troopers. It's like
Okay.
you'll be fighting the bugs,
Yeah.
but the bugs like to creep up on you. And there's times where like you'll be fighting them and then they sneak up on you.
Yeah.
And then you gotta spin that machine gun around and just like
Mow 'em.
it's LMG every time.
Yeah.
Because I'll come out like at the end, your player like goes back to the ship, but like he's covered in blood.
Oh wow.
So it could be green blood or it could be human blood.
Whatever you're fighting at the time.
Depends on what you're fighting.
Just make sure you're wearing something that washes it off pretty good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I heard they're gonna do a movie of that.
That would be good. I've been playing the zombies, Call of Duty Zombies. Just did that. Me and my uncle, we just got up to level 100, 101 in the zombies. But we found like this weird glitch type of thing to help us out, and it works. It fucking works. It's like a zip line that you would take. It's Liberty Falls if you play the game.
Yeah.
But on Liberty Falls, there's 2 zip lines that go back and forth. And if you go inside but don't go on the zip line and just turn around, the zombies will just go into that fatal funnel right there.
Uh-huh.
And normally that doesn't work because they can just hop up behind you. But for some reason, they don't come up behind you in the spot. So we have these jet guns, a wonder weapon, where it's literally like a jet turbine and it spins and it just sucks the zombies in and shoot them out. And we'll just sit there and just pulse them instead of just run them out because they don't run on ammunition. So you don't got to run and find bullets and none of that shit. And you can just sit there and tap, and just keep sucking all the zombies in nonstop. And we did that shit for 4 fucking hours just to get to level 100. We're never doing it again. We're done.
We're like, nope.
That was a one and done.
I think my favorite time playing zombies had to be at the end of Black Ops. When you're playing as JFK, Richard Nixon.
That one was fire. That one was fire. For me, it's always the first one from World at War. Because
I remember like when that first happened.
no one knew what the fuck was going on. They didn't mention it. It was just completely just a end of game activity when you finished the career, and it was terrifying.
Treyarch was known for that. Like, did you ever play like when they did the Spider-Man games? Those games were the best.
You talking about the
PS2 one?
the
Yeah.
PS2 ones with the actual Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah.
That Spider-Man 2 one was the best one.
Oh yeah, but like there was that one, and then but the first one, if you beat the game, I think if you had to beat it on hard mode, you would unlock the Green Goblin, and it was and it was you replaying the events of the movie, but they rewrote the dialogue so that Harry is the Green Goblin and he's avenging, and some guy's posing as the Green Goblin.
Oh shit! I never even knew about that.
Yeah, it's one of those like so secret. Like I remember, I just went and put cheat codes in. That's how I found it. When I was playing the story, I'm like, you get the cutscenes, and there was just different dialogue.
Oh shit!
And it was like,
I gotta see that.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
gonna
go on YouTube.
You think I'm not what I am? I'm gonna check that out as soon as I get back to the hotel.
And they didn't. The bad part was they didn't think this through all the way. They put a cheat code in where you could play as Mary Jane, but forgot about the kiss at the end of the game. So they had two Mary Janes kissing each other.
Now that's funny.
So my game, that code wouldn't work because I bought it was a greatest hits.
That was the first one.
Yeah,
That was the first Spider-Man.
first Spider-Man.
That was the one where you're doing the tutorial mode and the dude goes and get a sandwich and starts eating a sandwich.
Oh yeah, it's Bruce Campbell.
Yo, that was great. That was one of my favorite like game moments because I'm like, did he really just go to get a sandwich? And then you just hear him chewing it. He's just like, okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take this. You're gonna jump over that building right here. Too much mustard. I'm like, I never had a game tutorial like that before in my life. That's the creative stuff I miss.
Oh yeah, do you remember I can't remember if they did that for. There was a Spider-Man 2 for PS1. That one was like, it was like really bad. It was PS1, so it was like Enter Electro. But at the beginning, you start off in the danger room. So like they put the X-Men as cameos in there. It's like you seen Beast, Professor X.
Oh yeah, wait, was that the one where at the end you're running from Carnage?
Yeah, it was the sequel to that one.
You had to keep. Oh, it was a sequel to that one.
Yeah, that one was about Electro.
Okay, yeah, no, the one I was on, one I played back then. Games was scarce back in the day, so I didn't get to play too much when I was a kid. But I remember that one. I remember running for my fucking life.
Yeah, you're running from Carnage. Oh, Carnage mixed with Doc Ock.
Yeah.
And like that was a hard level because the way that level's designed.
Yeah, the camera angle's so fucked up, and you can't take the time. You can't fix it. You can't really take the time, so you have to just know when. As soon as you stop to get that zip, you just have to make sure you're zipping around those corners. Because, dude,
and I always played on kid mode.
It still was hard.
I was like, it was a hard game for kid mode. But then I missed out on so much of the story because they cut things out of the game. Like, there was a part where it's like, oh, yeah, you run into the lizard. I never ran into the lizard because they cut the part out of the game for kid mode. You only had it on easy, normal, and hard.
Yeah, I think I was on easy.
Yeah.
I don't think I was on kid mode because I remember fighting.
Venom was the best, though, in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, that game. Damn, these games are so. I was so young at the time. It's just like so hard to remember them because my mom like really used to. She was real big on like not violent games. Like the most violent game I was able to have was Street Fighter, and that's because it was like no blood, nothing like that. And I begged it.
Yeah.
But like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, my mom was real strict on that, so I didn't get GTA until I was an adult.
Yeah, the first GTA I played was San Andreas, and I think I got it from a friend. And I just was like playing it in secret and shit.
I've had to do that.
Yeah.
Remember Gun?
Never played Gun.
Gun was like a Western, but like they got in trouble because they had him like basically like shooting Indians, and they're like,
"Oh shit,
not very."
I'm about to see if I can buy that joint.
Dude, that game was awesome though. Like it was not because you got to. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm not gonna get it just to shoot Native Americans, but at least
they let you
60%.
scalp people.
What?
Yeah, it'd be like you're like if a guy was on the ground, he was wounded, you could go over and like take his scalp.
Damn.
And it would just shoot. You see the blood spraying out. I was like, oh my god!
Shit.
For PS2, like,
god damn, that's brutal right there. What other game? You know what game that was like underrated or at least good in its first couple levels? 50 Cent had a game, Bulletproof.
Oh, I remember that. I didn't play it, but I remember the game.
It was fire. It was like shooting, but also hand-to-hand combat. So it was just a fire game. But
if you go on YouTube, there's tons of videos where people are like, "This game is underrated as fuck."
Yeah.
Like it's one of those like
yeah, Bulletproof is definitely one of those underrated games.
hell yeah.
They should if they made a remake of that. The only game I really think they should remake is Def Jam.
That's why I was wondering how come they haven't like the
I've
last
been
one
wanting,
they did.
I've been wanting to
terrible.
beat up Nicki Minaj with Glorilla so fucking bad. That would be amazing.
Dude, could you imagine how many people you could get in there and like that game would sell because how many people are going to beat up Katy Perry?
And then like it's oh my god. And
Just
then not
put her
only
as
that,
an unlockable character.
DLC, you can have so many. You can just when new artists come in, you can put them right in the game. I would love to be like Jelly Roll versus Big Sean. Like that's not even fucking.
Dude, Jelly Roll in a fighting game. How is he not in WWE at least?
Right. At least do a guest appearance.
Yeah, those games were fun. All those wrestling games, like the new old ones were the best.
Yeah, the last one I played was Just Bring It.
See, I got the PS Plus, so I got 2K25.
Oh, okay.
And I got AEW Fight Forever. That one reminds me of the old PS2 games, like Just Bring It.
Wait, is 2K on free right now for PlayStation Plus?
It was like a couple months ago.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I probably didn't download it.
So yeah, if you just
Cause
wait.
I got a premium, so I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like y'all skip me, but I don't really play wrestling too much anymore.
Yeah, because it's too cheesy. But I like sometimes it's fun to be like, I want to beat people up and.
You know what it is? I think UFC made that switch for me because I like those fighting games, but UFC 5, I love that.
Dude, there's nothing better than when you roundhouse kick somebody and you just go and they just drop.
Yeah, and like I used to love knockouts a lot, especially like spinning kick knockouts and stuff like that. But now, especially when I'm playing like motherfuckers online, they're pissing me off. Ground and pound is like some of my favorite shit because they really get pissed off. They're like, yo, please just stop. And it's like, yo, I'm like, no, you're right here. I'm going to keep beating your ass too. Keep beating your ass.
There's nothing like Hulk smashing somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just
posturing up and bam, 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 elbow, hammer fist. Yeah, it's a good time.
Let's see. We're right down the timer. Ooh, 8 seconds. Ooh, I'm close to this one. So I'm going to check the camera real quick. I'll be right back. And we're back.
All right.
Yeah. So how'd you get started in doing stand up?
Oh, okay. So
like, was that before doing the traveling shows or
no? So it was actually like some real dark shit, like kind of not super dark, but just life being life. Mm-hmm. But when I was with this one company before, and an ambulance rear-ended me.
Oh,
and
damn.
That's when my ankle I got injured and everything like that. So I couldn't work, I couldn't do shows, and basically, long story short, that company like dropped me. Now I was with that company for like a lot of years. And I was like already invested where I was like, this is like gonna be my career path with this company, and I didn't know it was like more companies that did this, and I was making some good fucking money doing it too. So I was like in a just home, just unemployed, and since I was an independent contractor, it wasn't like I was getting unemployment or anything like that. So I'm like truly unemployed, like it's like broke. So I'm just going through like my times, and I'm chilling. I'm watching Kill Tony. It just pops up on my YouTube thing. So I'm like, all right, what the fuck is this about? And then I'm watching it, and then I'm just seeing all these people like bomb and stuff, and I'm like, what got to me wasn't even really the material. It was the way that just how they were on stage, and I'm like, I am least comfortable enough to go up there, and I'm like, if these people can go up there and do it, I'm like, dude, I should go ahead and give it a shot. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead. And I was like, I got all this free time now. I didn't have no time to do it. So I was like, let me just start writing down just stuff. And eventually I had enough for a 5-minute set. And I was like, all right, well, let me just give it a whirl. And I fell in love with it ever since. I'm like, it's only been, I tried it once in November, and then I started like back in February, and because I had to go find a job. So now I do what I still was doing, but with a different company now. But I love this new company that I'm with. They're amazing. But yeah, with the comedy, I just started trying out some open mics, and ever since then I was just like, this is amazing. Like, this is just so much fun, meeting the new people and just having a great time.
Oh yeah, that's it. I started like 2 years ago. Like, I was like depressed and didn't have nothing going on.
Yeah.
And my buddy was just like, why don't you go out and get a hobby? I'm like, well, what am I going to go do? And he goes, why don't you go do comedy? He goes, you're funny. He goes, you always wanted to do it. He goes, just go do it. And I was like, all right, I don't even know where to start. And he's like, well, go find an open mic. First one I went to, Scarpace's, Mount Washington.
Yeah. That's
my
where
first...
I was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun room, isn't it? You never know what you're going to get.
It was a tough room yesterday. It was a lot of sometimes you just catch like a good crowd and they're just in the mood to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, not this crowd. It's not in the big mood to laugh.
They're never in the mood to laugh. There never are. So it's one of those like, it's either that or there people are over talking you and you're just talking into nothing.
Yeah.
But occasionally you'll catch a couple guys and you can judge off of that.
Oh, okay.
But it's most of the time they're not paying attention. But I've seen people go up there and just like, shut up.
Yeah, I was gonna do. I don't know if it was I sometimes just talk a little too loud on the mic as well.
Yeah.
So y'all motherfuckers gonna hear these jokes.
Yeah.
Like I spent my gas money to get the fuck over here. Like y'all gonna hear these goddamn jokes.
Yeah.
So I'm loud. I'm all on the stage. I'm making eye contact. I'm making sure like you're gonna hear these jokes.
That's that's a mic that I was like, you just got to go up there. You know they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it all in there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get scared. Like say what you want. You know, like that. It's just a while. Sometimes you'll have great nights, and there's other nights. It's gonna be one of those. Oh, I'm fighting for my life here.
Yeah, yeah, and that's when it's just like, all right, let me just dip it to the greatest hits. Let me find.
That's the hardest thing to do. Like that's one of those ones where it's like, that's the stuff that makes or breaks people. If you can't make that, if you can't handle that all the time, then don't even bother. Like I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, because I mean, I've done shows where it's like, oh yeah, there's 3 guys here, and you're like, all right, just go 100%, and just do it.
Yeah, all the time. And I is with what I do now that it really plays a part because I'm just so used to speaking in front of. Like today, I just did a show. My first show had about 400 in there. Second show was about 300 people. You know, screaming kids, loud screaming kids. But I'm so used to speaking in that, and then I get into like a small room, and it's like I don't even know. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing because I like that it is a little bit more intimate where now I'm not talking. I don't have to be big. That's what it is. Like now I don't have to be big and it feels like I'm restraining myself a little bit more.
Yeah, but it's like now you also have the ability to, in case you have to do big.
Yeah.
You can do big.
Yeah.
Some people it's like, I never had to encounter this, so.
A nice little unfair advantage. That's why I say I was like, the first mic I did was a Friendly Lounge in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Great mic. If you go to Philly Thursdays, Friendly Lounge, great mic to go to. It's like it's upstairs. It's fucking small, but it's a great time. It's a great time. Great comedians. Great place. And I did my first set there, and it went pretty damn good. Like I got a lot of laughs, and I was like, cool. And then come to find out, like some comments were saying, because I announced that it was my first time ever doing comedy.
Yeah.
And I was getting a lot of, that wasn't your first time doing comedy. And then now it was like, this guy's a fucking fraud. He's lying. It wasn't his first time. Like nobody's first time is like that. And I'm just like, yeah, it's my first time doing comedy, but it's not my first time speaking in front of people. Like real, like, and my hat goes off to people who never spoke in front of people and go directly into comedy. Because that's hard. That's challenging.
I had some experience in it, but I didn't really have to look at people. Like it was one of those like church functions. I've had to like go up and like do a reading or something, or
that is still terrifying.
You know, a mild like, hey, do a 5-minute discussion on this, and so you have to go up there and talk about it. And I'm like, yeah, that was like crazy. But honestly, the thing that helped me the most overcome like stage stuff, karaoke.
Oh yeah, I love karaoke. Go to
Tequila Cowboy in Pittsburgh, and there's a karaoke room, but they're only open on the weekends, like Thursday through Sunday. So I would go back in the karaoke room, and I just picked songs I liked and do that. And well, after a while, you know, you drink in, you start putting on a little bit of a show, like you know, leaning into it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So that helps doing stand up. You're still nervous up there.
Yeah,
but like it's still not like. Like somebody's like, I've always been told like by people like, hey, you have really good stage presence. I'm like, it's got to be the karaoke.
Got to be the karaoke. It helps break that nervousness. And then it's like if you're singing in front of people, how much more terrifying is it just to talk in front of them?
Right.
You know?
And I would just I would do goofy shit to make people laugh on stage. Like I'd walk up with a big margarita in my hand. So if you just go up and like, I just can be goofy off of that. I would just dance weird or just do stupid shit on stage.
I'm coming there to sing.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, I was just like, listen, I just love singing songs. And I'm like, I'm a okay singer. Like, I'm not going to be like, I can't sing at all. Like, I can hold a note. But I love fucking singing. And I'm like, listen, I just want to get on the microphone and sing songs. You don't have to like it. I'm okay with you not like. You can go back to your drinks and your conversations. I'm going to be up here. And I'm going to sing Bohemian Rhapsody with all my heart.
Dude, my buddy went to China. He was in China for a little bit, like, to get medical treatment and stuff. And when he was over there, they had a talent show. So they asked him, like, he's like, do you have a talent? And he's like, well, and his mom goes, well, he sings, like, pretty okay.
Okay.
And he was just like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stop saying shit. But they had him go up there. Now, my buddy loves Boys to Men.
Okay.
Brian McKnight.
Nice.
So he's up there doing Brian McKnight. And like they love him. China they were like he was a god to them.
Oh shit!
Like, and they were like, it was hilarious. Like they were bringing him flowers on stage and stuff.
Yo, just doing the most. Oh, that sounds awesome.
I'm mad as hell because his mom had the video, but it was like a very like cell phone camera.
Yeah.
Like, it was. Damn. I was like, I wish I had footage of this. Like we would try to recreate it, and he was like, no. Like
he's like, you got that time out of me. That's about it.
Yeah. We've tried to get it. I was like, dude, go up and like. He was never like one of those guys. He didn't want to like do that because he'd feel weird. Mm-hmm. But then it's like once you get him up there and he's comfortable, then he's like, okay, good to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. We did. Yeah.
That sounds like he. Now, was he feeling good about it? Like afterwards, like did that make him be like?
He was kind of embarrassed a little bit.
Really?
But like, he still was just kind of like.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. See, that's the thing is like I don't mind the spotlight. Like
yeah.
It never really bothered me too much. Maybe that's that middle child.
I think it's fun
thing. Yeah, it's just a good time. And it's like I've definitely bombed, especially when I'm trying new jokes and stuff. Like I'll fucking bomb bad. So it's not like I'm getting on any mic and I'm just ripping everything, you know.
Dude, I went up with new material this week. Like I was just like, all right, I have new jokes I need to tell. Like I need to get these out. And Rogue was the first time I did them.
Okay.
And I was like, oh god, these actually like hit.
Nice.
Went to another mic, and there was this old dude that usually sits at the corner of the bar, and he does not acknowledge the comics, doesn't laugh, nothing. He just sits there and looks down. I went on that bit about the guy at PNC Park that's been whipping people. He took his belt off and hit the dude. Mm-hmm. And when I was going on about that, the dude turns around. I seen him laughing. I was like, all right.
Yeah, this is something.
This is something I
did like that bit. I mean, you're just out here pootie tanging the world. Like I love that
great.
shit.
I was like, this man's the Pittsburgh pootie tang.
Yeah, I love that.
It's great. I was like, the fact that he whipped that dude how my dad threatened to hit me.
Sometimes people need a good ass whipping.
100%. Like when I was talking to my mom about it. My mom goes, I think he kind of overreacted. I said, well, tell me something. If you were in the store and one of your children turned around and spit on you, how would you handle that? And she goes, well, I'd take him into the bathroom and, privately,
whip his ass.
Yeah. And I said, he did the same thing, just did it publicly.
That's
like,
all.
You know what I mean? Like
set a fucking tone. Here's the thing, is like actions have consequences.
100%.
And as a kid, you can't judge. As a person, you can't judge how someone's going to react to your actions.
Yeah.
So you got to take that shit. So if you're getting your ass whipped in public, how about this? How about you don't turn around and spit on somebody?
That's what it came down to. Because first of all, let's look. Here's the best part. It's like, let's look up to what led up to this. The guy took his belt off and hit you. Why did he do that? Because you spit on him. Why did you spit on him? Because he punched you in the face. Why did he punch you in the face? You called him a slur. It all comes back to you.
Yeah.
You did this. This is what led up to that. Fuck around and find out. That's what it is.
Yeah. And the one thing is, though, especially like being black, and I've been called nigga since I was a kid, like all the time, right? And one thing is that like you can't really react with violence over it as much as you may want to. It's like if somebody call you racial, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to, right? So for me, I ain't about to be putting my hands on nobody just because they call me. And I've been called it all. Like, I've been called. Some of them just been, like, weird. You know? Like, I got called a jungle bunny before. I was like, that's different.
Yeah, that's where it's like, you're trying to be offensive, and it's not. That was
Right.
a soft. That's a soft slur.
If anything, it made me laugh a little bit. I'm like, and that's the thing is, I find humor in anything and everything, especially racism, because it's so. For me, racism is just such a dumb mindset to have that I just find it hilarious. Because it's like the fact that you can think that someone is different than you just based on their skin color. Yeah, you have different cultures for sure. Like I'm black. I'm pretty sure my culture is a lot different than your culture. But as far as people and just who we are, we're fucking the same thing. You know?
Like I grew up in the country, so like, you know, I had a grandfather who had no problem saying. Like he felt that way, and like when you start looking back, I go, "Well, why does this person like? Why does he not like them?" Well, supposedly this family member got killed by a guy, and the guy just happened to be this.
Yep.
And you're like, "Oh, so you made a general assumption because you're mad at one guy,
one person that's like."
And it's like, did the guy actually do that? Because back then they could easily just blame it on somebody, and be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." So
it was him.
So that's why I'm like. I kind of like I'm fine with everybody until you do something weird.
Exactly. You're either cool or you're an asshole, and it's just I just keep it at that fine line. So
and it's like, and some things are funny.
Yeah,
some things you just can't help it. Like my buddy sends me stuff, and I'm like, dude, if I said that, I'm in trouble. Like,
yeah.
What are you sending me this for? And he's like, it's funny, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, don't worry about it because you're fine. Because I know you're not.
I'm collecting all that shit.
Yeah.
I have a plan. Like I have a career path with my comedy. I want to make it to like like in between like a Shane Gillis, Bill Burr type of level of success.
Yeah.
And then I have a plan of just having a stockpile of just fucked up shit, and then I'm gonna just say it so I get canceled. That way no one bothers me, and then I'm just gonna move off.
I made my money. I don't have to pay any of you. Fuck you.
And then I'm gonna just say some. Everything I have saved up there, I'm like, start right off with Caitlyn Jenner and just run from there.
Yeah, he's like, you know who controls the world? Just say shit like that. I don't
Next
know.
Subject.
I don't know. You
Slavery.
Can't do that one. Yeah, I was like, you can't do the controls the world one. Kanye tried that and they froze his bank account. So it's like, listen,
yeah,
some things maybe not say.
Yeah,
like,
but see, like he's a very spur of the moment type of guy. Like mine is gonna be more like a sniper shot. Everything's gonna be away. Everything's gonna be safe, put away, because I know this is gonna be the end. Like I know what's about to come.
It's like, I mean, I like how we grow up in a society where everyone's so offended by stuff, but we grew up with South Park. You grew up with like Family Guy.
And their words.
Do you not remember the Down syndrome girl from Family Guy when they were talking about when Chris was in love with Sarah Palin's daughter?
Oh yeah, and she was a fucking bitch too. Fuck, I don't care. I mean, she was a Down syndrome. I don't care.
In the show, in the show.
No, but dude,
but
in
the girl
real
that
life,
played her was a Down syndrome person that played the character. So it was
Suits.
like, you know, we didn't go out and find people like. You know
to do the voice. So if you thinking that is a fake voice and you're offended by it, I'm offended by you now because now you're assuming that Down syndrome people can't do voiceover work or some shit. I don't know.
You're saying that they're not equal enough to be made fun of?
Yeah, like
you know
everybody, everyone can get it. Like I don't know what makes you, like let me know what makes you above my
how
laughter.
can you hate Down syndrome people? They are the most chillest dudes in the world. They're the greatest.
Yes, the only one was this one that worked at the DMV, and I'm going to show you my license picture too because I was having a terrible day. It was just one of those days where like everything was just bad, and then I get this fucking lady, and she's special needs. I don't know if it's autism. I don't know if it's Down syndrome. I'm not that inept, right? It doesn't matter because she was a fucking bitch. She was the absolute worst. She was so mean, so rude. And then when I finally take my picture, I'm just like grilling her so angrily. Like my license picture just looks terrible now because of her. And I hate her to this day. I hate her.
That's true. I feel bad now. I did stereotype all Down syndrome people into being nice people. If she was,
not all of them.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like they're like everybody else. They have makes sense. There gotta be some douchebags out there.
Yeah.
Like how many a super villain? Like that'd be hilarious.
That would be like a Down syndrome
I come here to steal
villain.
your coloring books. No, Tommy, not again.
I think they did make that with Butters.
Oh my god, dude, Butters is. You know what's funny? One of my friends compared me to Butters, and I hated that because I've seen how Butters gets treated. And I'm like, I hate everybody for every one of you guys for this.
The one for me when I was a kid, it was Tyrone Williams. Like I got into so many fights in middle school over that shit because I used to hate being called a crackhead. I was like, do not call me no fucking crackhead.
The bad part would be if you were like sitting there like when they said it and be like, come on, man.
They
like,
did. Oh, they did all. They dove right in. They did it all. They did it all. And then it was like, at the time, family was going through stuff, so I wasn't the most. We didn't have a bunch of money, so could have had to rotate clothes and things like that. And I remember one day it was like a pen bust in my pants. So the next day I came with the same fucking pants, and they could tell the same ink spot. And then it was like they said Bigham sold all his clothes for crack and shit like that. Oh my god, it was the worst. But I used to get the reason why I got into fights wasn't because they would call me Tyrone Biggums and then I would like fight them. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
They would make fun of me. I would roast them back. They will get mad, and now it's a fight.
Yep.
Because it's like, you're not going to just pick on me. Like, I know you can't read out loud. I'm going to let that shit be known, Like, that's, like, I pick certain shit.
Your sister's actually your mom. Dude, I've ran into that a couple times. Like, you ever meet people and they're like, oh, yeah, that's my sister. Like, yeah, but your sister's a lot older than... You start doing the math.
Oh, yo.
And then you see the mom in the background going... Grandma's saying, shh, that's really mom.
I got into this one fight with this kid because like the reading one, and he called me Biggums or whatever like that, said whatever he wanted to say, and I just remember I was just like, I'm like, I don't even know how. You're just lucky that I can even understand you, because I can't even understand you when you're reading out the book. It's like every time you're like I'm like, when are you gonna learn how to fucking read? And yo, as soon as I did that, it was like he's pushing tape. He's just like trying to get to me, like I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
That is hilarious. That when you gonna learn how to fucking read?
Yeah. Like I was shit.
Oh, you got the alarm going off.
Yeah, that's my Bible alarm. It's like, yo, it's time to pray, dude. Yeah, so don't read too much into that. So,
I was gonna say, you need Jesus after that comment. You're like, I needed it. Trust me.
I went back to church for the first time on Easter with my family, and then the worst part is that I went with my sisters. We should have never done. You can't bring me and my sisters anywhere because we're roasting anything, and
that's the best. I love that whenever you're sitting there like. I can go tell that story.
No, this one I'm gonna tell this one about my sister.
Yeah,
so this is like I grew up in the church. Like my grandfather was a preacher. I grew up in old school Baptist churches. We didn't know like about this new gen church where it's like basically just a big concert. So
yeah, it's
like there was no choir. Like we're used to like the whole choir. It's a big group of people. It's no choir. It's like three people with mics and then like a guitarist, this and that, right? We're sitting in the pews. It don't even start yet. Just the guy comes out on a guitar and he's like Chinese. He's like this Asian guy on guitar. Yeah. And normally Baptist, you used to just seeing black people all the time.
Yeah.
Let alone you don't really see Asian guitarists at a gym, at a church.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden my phone rang, my text go off, and I look at it. My sister's like 2 people down from me, and she texts me. She said, "What is John Lennon and Yoko Ono's son doing up on the fucking church thing?" I'm like, oh my god, we didn't even start yet. Like, here we go. And so I just didn't have a Bible with me, so I downloaded this Bible app to put on there, and now it just does that every hour.
Dude, one of my favorite things ever happened is like they used to have Zoom sessions at church.
Oh shit!
So you could Zoom in if you couldn't make it.
Oh.
But like you could hear things. So my buddy would sometimes work the console.
Okay.
So I would text him and be like, "Who the fuck's making noise?" And he would start cracking up. He's like, "Dude, you can't." I took a picture. I think his brother was like up there, like saying a prayer or something, and took a picture and was like, I compared him to like Grover.
Oh,
and I
shit.
sent it to him. He's like, man, you can't be sending me that stuff. He goes, I almost laughed out loud. He goes, everybody was looking at me.
Oh shit, that is hilarious.
Because that's my favorite stuff. Is if I know I can get you to crack, it's done.
Yeah, especially when it's like something serious, and that was the worst because like normally my mom's there to regulate the shit. When we were in church, we start snickering and stuff. You know, she give us the good old pinch. You know,
Oh, the underarm pinch. Yeah.
Oh my god, the sweet meat. That's what I used to call it. The sweet meat right here. Oh my god, you felt like a cat.
My brother
like,
would call them. My brothers would call them sweat bees.
Ooh.
Because you know what I mean? Because you just a little. You're like, gosh.
But you're like a cat. Like when you grab him by the collar, you're just fucking like this.
Yeah.
It fucks you up.
And you want to throw hands, but you turn around at your mom. You're like,
I'm not sure if I'm gonna win that fight. So.
Yeah. Like it's she almost like you just look at you and be like, don't, like, just don't.
Yeah, my mom didn't have to do that to me too much because after I learned that sweet meat pinch, I don't want no parts of that.
I'm even sitting next to her, just nope.
Yeah, and
You
we ain't had no
else.
phones or nothing like that, you know. But she give me a piece of paper, I'll draw or some shit.
That's the best part. Is mom's gonna be like, how come you don't want to hug? How come you don't want to sit by me? I'm like, do you know how many times you've pinched me under the arm? I don't trust you. That's what it is. I don't trust you.
It's called PTSD, mom.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I got my ass. The one thing is like my mom definitely whipped my ass a good amount of times when I was a kid, but even as an adult, like I earned every last one of those ass whippings. Like if I was doing the things, making the right choices instead of the dumb choices or the wrong choices, then I wouldn't be getting my ass whipped.
My thing is this: my dad wouldn't apologize because if he hit you and he was wrong, like you were wrong. He goes, well, that's for something you did that I don't know about.
There you go.
Like, all right, you got hit for something you didn't know about. So you're like, all right, I get to confess once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get to confess one thing then.
Then
that's how it should work. If you hit me and I'm wrong, I get to say one thing. You can't do nothing about it. Get your big secrets out.
That's good. That's good. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dad, I use your clippers to shave my pubes. So sorry about that.
He just looks at you like, I'm hitting him again. I don't care. Confess it. I'm hitting him again. Confess another one.
He's like, no, that deserves at least 2 shots. Like, no, that wasn't part of the contract.
Okay, I'm gonna check the camera again. Sure. Give me 1 sec. And we're back, bro. You was just saying something off pod. We gotta start going into this. We were talking about getting hit on, like at the job.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of people will ask me too. They'd be like, "Oh, do you like hit on teachers and stuff?" And it's like I don't hit on no one I don't hit on no one at all. But teachers don't hit on you doing it. But lunch ladies, they're savages. They're complete savages. I've heard they said some things to me before or hit on me multiple times. But the most outlandish stuff I've heard. I did a special needs facility, but it was for adults. So like they were all like 30 and up, between like 30 and 50s, but they all was special need. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize how horny special need people can be. So I'm setting up and they're all in there while I'm setting up. So I'm like, I'm not in my show shirt. I'm in my I'm doing a lot of work. So I'm in like a tight t-shirt and my undershirt. And it just, this one lady just was like, oh, he must have that donkey dick. I'm like, what the who, me? Me?
She's like, he's the woke horse, ain't he, baby?
I'm like, yo, they were a lot. They were a lot. But it was one of the best shows I've ever done. They was turned the fuck up because I do like music type of music themed shows now, so it's a lot of music that's playing. And I'm talking about like one dude with Down syndrome got up, started doing a Harlem Shake. Like this one lady, she was like in her 50s, got up, started twerking. I'm talking about popping ass. I'm like, what is going on here? Like
you're slow in some areas, but not all.
not all. I'm like, y'all are spunky here. I'm like, we're having a great time. We was turned up that show.
Hilarious.
And then they had an ice cream truck outside, and then we all went outside and had ice cream together. It was a great
time. Better and better. It was a great time. The joke writes itself. It's like, I can't. It's like, hey, I'm gonna give you the recipe to get canceled. Present it in front of you. Like, man, they was out there dancing, getting down, whatever. And then they had ice cream afterwards. I'm like, yeah, that tracks.
It was great too. I had like ice cream, gummy bears, fucking
that's
Oreos.
It
was a great time.
Don't give me a Sunday buffet because I will come back with all kinds of fat
Oh
kid
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah. I was sugared up on that drive.
Oh,
People's dilated and everything.
Oh yeah, like my foot's turning black as we speak. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to cut it off.
Anytime I'm going up to that place now, I'm gonna bring a little bit of insulin with me, just in case.
Yeah, just a little underneath.
A little bump of
Just
insulin. Taking insulin bumps outside of a special care facility.
Dude, that Shane Gillis SNL thing, that a couple beers.
Yeah.
When he did that sketch, and then when he's just like, "Oh yeah, a couple beers got you down. How about a little bump?" I came with a key. I lost my shit.
That was a funny bit. Yo, Shane Gillis is funny, dude. And like, I'm hoping that, because I know he'd be I live around like Westchester area now, and I know he'd be out there. So hopefully one day we can fucking cross paths and shit. But
I seen because we were talking video games earlier, that they remastered
Oblivion. I didn't play that
Elder
game
Scrolls.
Oh, okay. I know Elder Scrolls. I haven't played it, but
they remastered like Oblivion, the fourth game. Like,
gotcha.
Came back out when I was in high school when that came out. I think they said it was like 21 years.
Wait, so
old.
this might be a dumb question. Okay, so like Skyrim is part of Elder Scrolls too, right?
Yeah, that was 5.
Okay, so Elder Scrolls is like the entire thing, and then these other games, Skyrim.
I think it's like time periods, and like kind of like how Fallout has like New Vegas, Fallout 3. Like it's same universe, just maybe like a couple years or 100 years, 50 years. Who knows?
Okay, gotcha.
And because it's medieval times, they could be like, "Oh, 200 years have passed," but really, everyone's using the same shit.
The same technology.
Not much technological advancement you guys have. You guys got magic, but you ain't got a computer yet.
Yeah, but I mean, why need a computer when you have magic, right?
That's true. I'm like, at this point, when you got magic, I'm like, guys, we can't make better guns.
Dude, if I lived in the Harry Potter world, that's like the world I would want to live in. Just the witch and wizard world. That shit is fucking fire, bro. Like, but the thing is, like, I'm a big Slytherin guy, you know, and it works because I'm an Eagles fan. I'm actually was gonna make this into a bit, and I don't care, I'll say it here, but it's like I was trying to compare like the Eagles beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl was like Slytherin finally winning the House Cup against Gryffindor, because like, yeah, everyone loves KC just like everyone loves Gryffindor, but there's some shitey shit going on there. Like, you got these motherfuckers who, like, Slytherin, the reason why they're always winning during the House Cup is because they're the better students. All right, they come to class, they do their job, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Then you got Harry, Ron, and Hermione, who does whatever the fuck they want to do, and then they come in and get fucking 150 points each over a chess game and shit. Like, fuck out of here. So I was basically saying, like, the Eagles was Slytherin, Harry Potter was Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce was Ron Weasley, and then Taylor Swift was Hermione. And fucking the refs was Dumbledore. Just always just fucking shit up just to make sure they won. So, like, that's basically, like, was the concept of that bit. But I think it was only going to really work well in Philly with Harry Potter fans. So
that's fair.
Got to find a good crowd.
That's not really. I mean, I think it could work.
Yeah, but fuck Gryffindor.
That just works for sports fans in general. And if they like Harry Potter, like, I'm sure there's one guy like, yeah, I read a book. I get it. I pick up what he's putting down.
Yeah. Harry funny.
Yeah,
that
dude.
nigga.
That's my. I like doing I do a Shane Gillis. I've been working on.
Oh,
dude, that's fucking gay, dude.
That's a good one.
Dude,
that's actually.
He's like, dude. Dude, my uncle went to Vietnam, dude, and he got his calf blown off.
That's a good.
And you get that Mark Norman, calf and half. But he hits him like, dude, when he hit him with that, it's the fun. I love parks. I like protect our parks. Like, they need to, like, just do that like a constant. Like, I need a scheduled time, like, so I know when it's coming.
Yeah, that shit is fucking good. I like Mark Norman too. Hey, that dude is funny. I don't really be doing too many impressions. I used to do like a Uncle Ruckus impression from the Boondocks.
Oh my god!
Just because like he's one of my favorite characters. I just love.
Do you not have friends like that?
What?
Uncle Ruckuses?
No, I mean there's some old heads.
I found 2,
but not really. Not really. None that like hates their own people like Uncle Ruckus does. Besides that one dude who be on podcasts, but I can't remember his name. He's like old and he's just like crazy, but I can't remember his fucking name.
Oh,
But he'd be like asking all these dumbass questions.
oh, that guy. I know you. Yeah,
You know who I'm talking about. The Uncle Ruckus of our time.
I've had two buddies where they're like, you know what I mean? He's like, and then their excuse is like, no, man, I just don't put up with the bullshit. And I'm like, I understand what he's saying because he's like where my one buddy we used to get mad at. He's like, I'm mad because I can't go into the store without being judged. He's like, I can't go into Cabela's and would not be judged. He goes, this is bullshit because he's like, I don't do nothing. And I was like, I get it, but like, man, if you look like me and said that, you could never get a job anywhere. Like the stuff he would say.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, not the fuck at all. Which is definitely a perk. Black people, we definitely have a perk of being. We're allowed to be a lot more racist than a lot of other races.
Yeah, but if you guys make it funnier. That's why.
Yeah,
like white people's racist jokes are never as funny as what black people can come up with. Like it's the way funnier joke. Just let it happen. That's why Patrice O'Neal gets away with it. Like it's fine. He can do it. We're not good at it.
I had this one where I was talking about like the scam callers calling your phone and shit, and I was getting because I get so upset about them because like scam callers used to actually try. Now they don't even try anymore. It's just like some guy from India, like miles away, and he calls my phone and he's like, "Hello, my name is Peter." He's like in the.
You can almost hear him like arguing. He's like, "Really, Peter?
Yeah,
really? That's what you come up with, Tom.
Exactly.
That's what you come up with."
And he's like, "You want a free vacation? What is the first 9 digits of your social security number?" And I'm like, hold the fuck up, Peter, dog. Like, you're not gonna sit here. It's like you're not gonna sit here and make me believe your name is Peter. Like, I can tell by your voice you mix your food with your hands. Like, stop playing with me.
And the best part is like you'll hear him go, you got me next time. He hit you the got next time.
I'm gonna get you on the next one, you motherfucker. You're gonna
and
get
you're
me
like, one day you're gonna say yes immediately. And I'm gonna get it.
Now they got like AI robots and shit that call you and all types of stuff.
Oh yeah, now it's like, and my parents, they have no they don't have the survivor skills for it. Like so they used to handle with the telemarketers good, but now the game has changed.
Yeah,
there's new players in the game,
and they're not even human.
Yeah,
and they just want to record your voice.
You guys were fighting the T-100s. We're on the T-1000 right now. Okay, these are liquid metal Terminators calling on the phone.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
You know what I mean? Like we're not in the same ball field here.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. I can't stand those damn scam callers. But yeah,
I told them to start answering the phone like, "State police, watch how quickly they hang up." It's hilarious. You get them with that
good.
state police. Nobody wants to talk to them.
I like that.
I don't want to call them when I have to call them.
I like that. I'm using that. I'm gonna use that next time they call my phone.
Heck yeah.
That's great. That's fucking great.
You just start saying just wild shit.
Yeah, I used to do the when they call my phone, I'd be like, "Nick's piece in the abortion clinic. Your loss is our sauce." But that didn't really mull over too well. As time changed.
Yeah. After a while, it's like, and
yeah,
we're okay with it now. No, it's not as offensive as it used to be.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sting the same way. So I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
They'll still have a conversation. They're like, okay, well, we still want to know if you want this extended warranty or not.
You're like, I can't commit to the bit enough.
Yeah. I was like, all right, whatever, dude. I'm just gonna hang up now.
Yeah.
I don't got no.
I was like, man, I was fucking with you that whole time. You didn't pick up on that at all. Like, I was hoping you would take the scam, but apparently not. It's fine.
But what I was saying with the skateboarding earlier was that I actually turned pro. This is what was so funny. I skated my first pro contest back in June, and that was like the first time I got like skated in pro. And I skate freestyle, so it's like flat ground stuff. Like it's not ramps or rails. It's just big space in your imagination and the board, right?
Yeah.
And I did my first pro contest. I'm like, yeah, I'm finally officially a pro skateboarder. And then I get hit by an ambulance a month later. And then that's when so I haven't skated since the accident.
At least, I mean, they didn't have to worry about them rushing to get you help. They're already there.
Right. And I can't even get into.
Give them a minute.
I can't get into too much details about that thing. But yeah,
you're like, still pending.
Yeah. Still got some things working in the. So still some more things in the woodworks. But man, that shit. That really sent me on like a really like depressive fucking trip because it was like I lost my skateboarding career and my job career all at once. I'm like, I got kids I gotta worry about. I got responsibilities and stuff. And then I was actually like, it's gonna be fucked up. I know it's dark, but it's like, fuck it, we're gonna have a real conversation. So it was like, I got to very clarify. I was not like, I myself wasn't like saying I want to commit suicide or anything like that. I was just thinking about it because I had a friend that did it. So I was just mulling through it in my brain.
Sometimes you have to think about it. Like, everybody's like, no, that's not normal. Like, you're lying. You've never thought of it.
Yeah, and it's like I never would do it, but I was like, yeah, I was just thinking of it. And then the way he did it, he put a gun in his mouth and things like that. And then I was thinking to myself, and I'm like, yeah, I could never ever do that. It was like, but it was for the wrong reason. I'm like, I would hate for the last thing for me to taste in this world is a bullet. I'm too fat. Like, if anything, I'm jumping off a bridge with a filet
there's gonna
mignon.
be too many eating lead jokes. You're like, we don't need to do that. Like,
yeah. I'm like, no. So, but I'm thinking that I'm at this time I'm in a drunk depression. I'm like drinking and stuff. So like when I thought about that, and I was like, nah, I could never do that. I'm like, I'm too fat. I would hate for the last thing for me to eat is a bullet. I just started laughing like my ass off in the apartment, and I'm just cracking up. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a comedian because I'm like, if I could find that funny, I could find some other shit funny.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, we all go through some dark shit, and like that's where you find most of your humor.
Yeah,
like through some bad stuff. Like I remember, like my car got hit, like when I was moving, and like totaled it, and I was mad, but I couldn't stop making jokes about it.
Right.
But like it was like almost like I'm mad, but like my one buddy would try to make a joke, and I'm like, you're not allowed to make a joke. I am.
Yeah.
But then I could make another one. And he's like, I
thought
want me to laugh or not? And I was just like, I'm mad right now, so I'm coping.
Yeah, it's just how I cope, and it gets like that. I'll just get mad, start rambling, and other people find that funny, and I'm like, no, fuck you, it's not funny. Like, all right, it was a little funny, but fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm going through some shit right now. But it's good now, I'm with my new company now. Hopefully, I'm praying that I'll be able to skate at some point again. I don't know if I'll be able to compete pro. I would love to, but, if not, I'm going to definitely try to get into, like, helping judge in those contests and setting up. Because I was skating out in Canada with Andy Anderson and those guys, the World Championships out there.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, that was the World Roundup Freestyle. It was one of the best contests I've been in. And, it was great. And then I was like, fuck, man. Fucking ambulance one that fucking rear end the shit out of me. I was so pissed.
What was your, what's your skateboarding movie? Like, if you were going to say best, like, movie to watch, like, for you.
I would probably say Lords of Dogtown.
Okay.
I like that because it follows after real skaters, Stacy Peralta, Tony Alva, those guys, and the Z Boys are the ones that really like paved the way for like skateboarding, because it was mostly just surfing until the drought and all that stuff. So yeah, I would definitely say Lords of Dogtown. It kind of captures a lot of things all at once, like how just you and your friends can connect through skating, and also how success can sometimes get in the way of that too. So it's just good to have that good foundation and everything. And what I would do, if my recommendation, what I would say is watch Lords of Dogtown, and then after that watch the Bones Brigade documentary, because it really is following mostly Stacy Peralta. And it comes, at the end of Lords of Dogtown, he's like, I decided to start up my own skate company. He's like, I even got a logo. And that's all they mention about that. But that's when he actually started the Bones Brigade. That's when he discovered Rodney Mullen, Tony Hawk, Lance Mountain, like all the fucking top name dudes and shit. So the Bones Brigade is a documentary of that team. So it's good to watch Lords of Dogtown so you understand Stacy, and then it's great to watch that documentary afterwards. It's good.
Hell yeah. Have you gotten with any like the skater comics like in the scene, like Zach?
No, is Zach the one with that great mustache and got the V for Vendetta type of mustache?
No, that's Blake.
Oh, okay.
No, that's Blake Stallnecker. No, Zach was no, he went. They weren't at Rogue this time. Okay. Usually they're like hosting Rogue Barbecue. Him and Adam.
Yeah, I met Adam.
Yeah, and Zach is his buddy. He's like the tall blonde dude.
I think I did meet him. I didn't know he skated or.
Oh yeah, he's a big skater.
Really?
Him and Chris Scriva.
Well, next time I come down here, I'm gonna whip out the board because I've been missing skating. And most people when they see me, they be like, dude, come, you don't fucking skate.
Yeah, I think Zach's brother is a big skateboarder. Like I didn't know, like, because I did a podcast with Zach, and then I seen like this guy with the same last name as him, and he had a check mark by his name. I was like, oh, who's this? And it was like, oh, it's Zach's brother, but he's like a big skateboarder and like does a lot of skateboarding stuff. So I was like, oh shit.
Damn, that's fucking dope. I wonder what type of skateboarding he does too. Cause like I do free, like my type of skateboarding is more like outcast a little bit. So I'm like most people are street skaters now. They're jumping off of big stuff and all that. I don't got time for that. I used to do it. I used to do the rails. I used to go down rails and stairs. And I still skate some transition, but these little motherfuckers are crazy. Like these dudes are jumping off of roofs and stuff like that. Like, dude, like I stubbed my toe.
Jackass stunts.
Yeah, dude, I can't do that shit anymore, man. Like stuff hurt. I sleep wrong and I wake up wrong, you know. So I ain't doing that no more. But I'm gonna keep skating freestyle, you know, once I get back on it.
Yeah. Did you play any of the Tony Hawk games?
All of them.
Did you play that remaster?
None of the new stuff. So
well, I mean, they remastered 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Oh yeah, I fucked around with that a little bit. But once Skate came out, because it was the Tony Hawk games ran it.
Yeah.
It ran it. And once Skate came out, I never touched Tony Hawk ever again. Because Tony Hawk was the only skateboarding game, but it was really just it was arcadey. It was arcadey. So it was really about getting those high scores. Skate was about skating. And the way that the interface was, you're not hitting the buttons for the trick, you're actually using the analog sticks to simulate how you flick your feet. And you have to catch it and move it. And instead of just putting the button and it does the grind, you have to hold the board at the right angle for it to lock into that grind. So it was just a lot more realistic to me.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be so much harder to do to kind of balance the board.
Much harder.
Yeah.
Much harder game. That's why like only skaters play it, you know. And then Session came out, and Session is a wonderful game too. And shout out to Jahir because he's on that game. Skater from Philly, pro now. He fucking rips. You know, he's a real good dude.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, Jaws fucking fire. I was so happy when I seen him in that game.
Dude, it's so crazy like to play these new like sports games because like especially like the cycling and all that stuff, like the UFC stuff. The physics in there is like insane.
It is.
And then I play wrestling and it sucks. Like it's not as smooth.
And maybe that just has to do with the developers and budgeting and things like that. And probably they're like, listen, we already got our fan base who's dedicated to buying this game, so let's just make sure we're getting the characters right. And
honestly, I would just be more if games were smart. You want to do your microtransactions? Make a new game or just make a game, make one game, and then sell a roster list every year. Mm-hmm. Do things like that, or like do what Fortnite does.
Yeah, just constantly adding new people into it.
Yeah,
that's what
Fortnite's fine the way it is, but I'm tired of like every game being Fortnite, like Warzone.
Yeah,
like Warzone. I
don't play it.
I get so mad because I'm like, you can't buy a gun if you smoke weed, but we're gonna take a military shooter and put a bunch of pot leaves all around. Mm-hmm. What messages are you sending me?
Yeah, like come on now, like they just put Seth Rogen on Call of Duty.
Could you imagine that? You're coming around the corner.
And yeah, he fucks you up too in that game. I've been shooting the shit out of him though. These dumbass motherfuckers.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob is on there. Me and my squad, we be on Call of Duty. Shout out to MDHS. That's my little squad. It's just me, my brother, my two brothers, and my uncle, and we just get on there and we talk shit until we get banned, basically.
Yep.
And, yeah, I've been getting banned a lot on it. They really care a lot about what you say. Man, it's bullshit because I'm like, I get called the worst, most heinous shit on there.
Yeah, but then when you fire back, it's like,
yeah.
Dude, I remember I was playing GTA, and my God, like I had to like turn my TV volume down because I'm like, you're hearing this guy on there, and he's arguing with this black dude on there why it's okay if he says the N-word. And I'm like, dude, it's not. Like... But like you can hear them over the chat fighting, like going. He's like, "Listen, motherfucker, I'm telling you right now, it's not cool." And then my buddy, he likes to do like voices, so here he's pretending to be a white kid, or no, he's pretending to be. I forget it was. Oh, he was pretending to be like an older like guy, and he's convincing these kids why they shouldn't be saying the N-word. Like, they're black kids playing the game, and he's telling them, like, listen, man, you don't want to use that word. You know, that word's been used as hurt for us for so many years. And they actually want to stop saying the word after he's done. And then he's like, all right, bye. And it says the end.
All right, later, niggas.
And I was like, really? And he's like, dude, he goes, it was the funniest thing I did.
That's great. And it's funny because it's like they you know, people say you shouldn't say that word and everything like that. Like, black people shouldn't use that word, and I'm like, we don't use that word. You know, the one that we don't. How many black people you know use the hard R? Not many at all. We don't even say the hard R. We say nigga, which is to us completely different word. But that's why for me, I personally, I don't get upset when I hear like someone that's white say it. I don't be like, you can't say that word. First, I'm an American. I believe that you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Like, that's the whole point of why these motherfuckers fought and everything for us. So I'm not gonna say you can't say stuff. But depending on what you're saying and the content and what you're using it. Yeah. For example, if you say, hey, you stupid cotton picking, and you throw it, we're going to have problems. But if we're rapping Kendrick Lamar together and it slips out because you spit in the bar, man, come on, man. We're adults here.
Dude, I hear, so I'm at Rogue one night, and Justin Gilkey goes up, and he was talking about, like, you know, like, anybody's grandfather ever say the N-word? And I heard this one girl in the audience, she goes, too many times. And I have to go up after, and I went, well, how many is too many?
Yeah.
Like, do I get a certain allotment?
Like, what's the...
At birth?
Where's the cap? Yeah,
because I'm like, I got to read To Kill a Mockingbird in high school, and I got one of them old teachers that wants you to say it and not skip over it. Like, to the point where it's like, you know, the guy's looking at me like, go ahead, motherfucker, say it. I'm like, listen, dude, like, I don't want to, but she's like, you know, I'm going to get in trouble if I don't. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, how many, like, do I get? Like, if I use them all up, then I'm going to be pissed. Like, you know, because, you know.
Like, and if it is like, what is it? Damn, I was trying to look for that fucking, when you're over the cap in baseball, you get hit with that tax. What is it called? The salary tax or some shit? No, it's,
I can't think.
Luxury tax.
Yeah.
Like, is there a luxury tax on it?
Yeah, like, okay, you can't do shit for a year, okay? Calm down. You can't do shit for a year, all right?
That's hilarious. That's why I say in the Planet, the one bit with Planet Fitness, and I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna keep that one in time.
Well, people forget, like, you know, remember SNL? Like, Richard Pryor's on there, and Chevy Chase straight up calls him the N-word, and then he responds. Like, it's for a bit, but I was like, that's one of the funniest bits on there. You can't show that bit today. And it's like, you guys missed the point of the joke. Like, the whole point is, like, you know, everyone has their thing. Like, we're all, if you can't make fun of each other, then, you know, how are you supposed to get along?
Exactly.
What do you do with your brothers and sisters? You roast them all the time, right?
Yeah. And some of the best friends, like, if I look at, like, some of the best friendships, first of all, men, goddamn, I'm not trying to say anything controversial yet. I want to just, you know, not yet. I don't want to ruin my career yet. But what I can say is, like, one thing I noticed is that I've seen a lot more guys having longer friendships with another guy, a lot more than I've seen women have longer friendships with, like, just have like two females best friends who's best friends for a long period of time. And I think one of the things is the way that we insult each other all the time, like that we're constantly talking shit to our friends and all that. But it's like, I don't know, it just builds like some sort of, like, I haven't called my best friend his name in so many years. I call him bitch, fat bitch, gorilla, you know, like, just you ugly motherfucker. Like, I don't remember the last time I said his name.
Dude, my favorite was the game when you go on Facebook and everyone's tagging you in a different photo. Like, hey, did you see so-and-so, what he's up to today? And it's just some dude walking around with a Speedo, just, you know, downtown. Like, you're like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Look at this guy.
It looks nothing like you. But
yeah, not at all.
That, or if you have a friend that has Photoshop, that's when it gets real fun.
Oh, fuck.
That's when it's real fun.
Oh, man. Now they're making some crazy stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to go check the camera real quick.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll be back and we'll wrap this up, all right?
All right.
All right. And we're back. Yeah, we're going to get ready to wrap this up. So, anything you want to talk about? Like, any questions you have about Pittsburgh, or you tell me what you think about the you know, your time that you've been here doing mics?
I like the mics out here. You know, starting to meet like some cool comics and everything out here. So I really do like that. I can't stand y'all roads. I don't know what the fuck. It's the absolute worst. Like, this is the first time I ever had to drive in cursive. Does that make sense? Like, it felt like,
Oh, 100%. Like, no, we're just used to it at this point.
yeah, it's not how roads should be. Like,
yeah, like the Dukes of Hazzard would easily get caught because they would hit so many potholes.
It's literally Hot Wheels race car tracks.
Yeah,
like they're just zigs and zags and
we're hoping that legalized weed will pay for the roads.
They are going to be legalizing it here? So
I just seen at the time of recording, because these do come out a couple weeks ahead of time. The House passed a bill, said 21 and up can recreationally smoke. The House did.
So to make it
now
federal,
it needs to go to the Senate. The problem is, since it's mostly controlled by Republicans, they're kind of like,
they're like, we don't want the government controlling people, but we're going to control that.
Yeah. And I'm kind of just like, first of all, like I said, most of that stuff, anything they're arguing against is because they want money. If there's a way for them to make money on it, if you find a way that they can make money on it, they'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's not of their interest.
Yeah.
So
that's how you get a politician to care about shit. Find a way that he can make money, and he'll show up he'll back you up 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're 100% about that.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you showed them, like, how much, like, look at Colorado. They paid for, most of that money goes to fix their roads and the schools.
And they've been making bank ever since. Every state that does it. Jersey's the same way. Jersey's making a killing right now.
Yeah.
And then they're really making a killing because everybody from Philly is just going over to Jersey.
Yeah, so. And that's what the governor was saying. He's like, you understand, like, everyone's going to these other states. Like, I'm an hour from Ohio. I can duck over in Ohio, come back, and have, like, a shit ton.
Everything I need.
And all I got to do is scan my ID.
And it's like, let adults just be adults. Let adults make their own choices. Like, and especially with the things that is already out here.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to justify what you're protecting people from, because you're not protecting them from anything.
You know, people are stressed the fuck out all the time. You want to put me on the news? You want to put people on the news all the time? Show me a bunch of dead kids all the time,
right?
And be like, "You're fine, right?" Like, no, you're giving me PTSD every time I put the channel, turn the TV on.
Mm-hmm.
How about you let me, eat a gummy, watch some cartoons, giggle a little bit, and I'm no bother to you.
And then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Exactly.
Nicely go to sleep, not bothering nobody. And then it's like, I've seen people that were really drunk, and then I met people that were really high, and I've never had a bad encounter with someone that was just smoked a bunch of weed. Most of the time, they don't even talk to you. They're just sitting there.
Yeah, they're already sitting there wondering, like, fuck,
you got
can I breathe?
Drunk people, fucking, they throwing stuff, and now they're fighting, or they're getting emotional, and they're crying, and they're angry, and they're lashing out, and all that. Like, I've seen that so many times, like especially like in Philly, go to somebody's house, it's like a house party, and it's like, I'll come in and I'll see like 4 bottles of Hennessy and like 3 bottles of Bacardi. I'm like, okay, I got until like once Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares come on, it's time for me to leave. Like, that's how I know. Like, if I'm in Philly and it's a party and Dreams and Nightmares come on and somebody with a Henny bottle is like singing it like it's gospel music, there's gonna be a rap battle soon, and it's gonna lead to a fight. So it's time to go.
So before I started doing my podcast, I was with some other comedians, and we did a podcast for a little bit. Our podcast was called Black Tequila. Can you guess why it was called Black Tequila?
No.
So one of the comics on the pod goes, "Have you ever tried Hennessy?" And my response is, "Look at me. Have I ever tried Hennessy?" No, I've never tried it before in my life. Like, not even my friends ever drink Hennessy. So
shit.
He goes, "Dude, it's basic," because I said I love tequila.
It's black.
He goes, "It's black tequila."
Oh shit.
We did a test one time. We did a pod like this. Each of us drank a third of a bottle of Hennessy. It's black tequila.
Yeah.
That's just black tequila.
It
like,
fucks you up.
And like, we were asking people, like, how accurate is this statement? And they're like, I don't know what it is.
It's cognac.
I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, but you don't know, like tequila, like, for something, there's some ingredient in tequila
that just makes,
that says, you know what? You either want to fuck or fight somebody.
Yep. And that's Hennessy.
Yeah.
That's Hennessy. And that's when I see that hen dog, because I know they're gonna be fighting. But if I'm at a place and they all are just smoking weed,
Yeah.
we can hang out until whenever, because I know nothing's really gonna happen. And then no one's. Have you ever seen someone really high off a bud want to fight? They're like, dude, let's talk this out.
Like, that's one of those, just they'll say something, and then they'll just be like, you know what? I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. How about we just play like Super Smash Brothers?
that's what I thought was stupid. Is like, you can't buy a gun because if you can't buy a gun if you're addicted to or use marijuana. And my argument to that is, when has anyone had the urge to kill on marijuana? The only thing I've had to kill, like urge to kill, would be a bag of Doritos.
Oh yeah, or some ice cream.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the only thing that, a diabetes increase, maybe. That's it.
Yeah, only thing I'm fucking up is the fridge. That's it.
100%.
I ain't doing none of that.
But all right, man. Yeah, I know you got some open mics you want to hit tonight.
Yes,
while
sir.
You're here. It's your last night in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I appreciate you taking the time to come out here and do this.
This
fun.
was a great time. I
Heck
enjoyed
yeah.
it a lot.
Next
I
time
like
you
what
come
you're doing.
back, hit me up and we'll have to do another one. Do
Yeah,
a
yeah.
follow up.
Give y'all an update on the comedy career, and if you want to catch me on, if you just want to see anything regarding me, just on Instagram is Modern Dazed Hipster, and Facebook Tyrone Williams. You'll see like a purplish background, me, But those are the only places you can catch. Oh, and also on TikTok, I do have a TikTok account. I think it's called Tyrone Williams 09. I do a lot of like anime comedy on that one. So
Okay.
yeah, that one's actually pretty good. I got a good amount of views off of that one. So check that out too. Some funny stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. Because and I also put like the links in the podcast
Awesome.
body and stuff.
Awesome, perfect.
Hell yeah. So
So
yeah,
I'll-
we'll
I'll
get
make
you
sure.
all so everybody can find you and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for it. So
Well, I hope you enjoyed our conversation, and
heck
thanks.
yeah.
Thanks
Come
for
check
having
him
me.
out sometime. See ya.